Well, hello and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. I'm Ashley Moody, Florida's Attorney General, and I am joined today by two very important folks. Master Sergeant Jasper Heelig with he's the Gulf Coast region with Semper Fi and America's Fund, and Elmer Dingsalen. He's always in the Navy, right? Once in the Navy, always in the Navy. Yep. And they're going to address you today about how Florida's efforts have helped not only the organization, but certainly in Elmer's case, him personally. This is a good day for Florida. Because of the efforts of our office, we have been able to take action and direct intended funds that were so generously given by Floridians to what they thought were folks that really needed it at the other end, and 90 cents on the dollar ended up being taken by the organizations that were deceptively soliciting it. We're going to talk about our efforts to stop these illegal and deceptive robocalls and shut down charity scams and redirect those donations. Earlier this year, I joined with the FTC and other states to file an action to shut down a massive robocall operation designed to illegally obtain charitable donations. And just to give you some understanding of how large this operation was, the scheme bombarded 67 million consumers with more than 1 billion deceptive calls. Many of these were illegal robocalls. The scammers behind this charity scam preyed on the selfless generosity of others to line their own pockets. They targeted donors nationwide, including well-meaning Floridians, with the promise that the donations that were being made would help cancer patients, homeless veterans, and victims of house fires, and that's just to name a few. In reality, the funds collected went to organizations that spent little or no money on the charitable causes they claimed to support. Even worse, the scammers that were behind this disgraceful operation kept as much as 90 cents on the dollar. They used high-pressure tactics, such as harassing phone calls, to entice well-meaning Floridians to make donations. And I'm not sure that it gets much worse than using force and deception to con dollars out of charitable hands to make a dishonest profit. Getting rich off exploiting cancer patients or homeless veterans or veterans in need is absolutely reprehensible. And I am so proud of the role that my office and our attorneys played in shutting down this deceitful operation. Through these efforts, we recovered nearly $500,000 to support the very charitable purposes which they claimed to support in their deceptive robocalls. And that's why we're here today. And that is why I'm joined by some great Floridians. We redirected the recovered funds to court-approved charities that work to provide resources to those in need. And it's my pleasure to present today to the Semper Fi and America's Fund with this symbolic check, which shows the recovered funds that will now go to the intended needy recipients. We've provided similar checks to Tunnels for Towers and the American Cancer Society. As promised through our legal action, the money will be used to assist with cancer treatment and to help military service members, first responders, and their family. As Attorney General, I have pledged to make sure that we are aggressive in protecting Floridians from scams and con artists. We are only 2 days away from Veterans Day. Such an important day for our nation to recognize the heroic, selfless efforts of the men and women that signed up to serve our country. But I also want Floridians to be alert. Many organizations will ask for donations to help worthy individuals like those with me today on Veterans Day. And this will keep occurring through the holiday season. We know in the holiday season, organizations will ask for donation to help with those in need. And we want to encourage Floridians to be generous, to help these worthwhile causes, but be alert. We know not just through robocalls, but through unsolicited emails, text messages, solicitations at your home. There will be scammers and con artists that will look to deceive you out of your money, and none of that will go to the intended recipients. That does nothing to help those in need. It just lines the pockets of criminals. So if you are intending to donate on Veterans Day or through the holiday season, please research the organization that you intend to give to. Make sure that you research the specific name and trademark of that organization, because we know in some of these solicitations, an organization or a bad actor will slightly change the name or copy a trademark in order to trick an unsuspecting Floridian. You can go to two places. You can go to the Better Business Bureau Wise Giving Alliance at give.org, or go to charitynavigator.com. That can give you a start in researching the intended organization that you would like to donate to. You can also find out if there are any complaints already against this organization. Research how the charity uses its donation. Refrain from providing bank card information or personal financial information in response to a solicitation. And always, if you suspect that you have been scammed out of your money or you have fallen victim to one of these deceptive practices, please report it to our office at 1-866-9-NO-SCAM. We'll remain committed to working tirelessly to protect Floridians, but we are most effective when Floridians help us and give us this information so that we can act. Thank you for joining me today. And at this time, I will proudly turn it over to Jasper Heelig. He is a veteran lead with Semper Fi and America's Fund.
Hello, everyone. I am Jasper Heilig. I'm a veteran-to-veteran lead with the Semper Fi and America's Fund. And on behalf of everyone at the Fund's family, we want to thank Florida Attorney General Ashley Moody for this generous donation today. Since its inception in 2003, the fund has assisted over 27,000 injured service members. Our donors are an integral part of the fund family. They invest in the lives of our military heroes and our dedicated case managers to ensure that they have that we can complete our mission to assist our combat wounded, critically ill, and injured service members, family members, and veterans of all branches of the United States Armed Forces. We apply donations to comprehensive and proven programs that deliver immediate and long-lasting impacts. We ensure service members have the resources they need during their recovery and throughout the transition back to their communities. Since the inception in 2003, we've been able to send 94 cents of every dollar donated to veterans like Elmer here. Our case managers, visiting nurses, veteran leads, and our entire team support those we serve by helping navigate complex medical and emotional recovery. Our programs focus on service member and family support, transition, and integrative wellness. Our case managers are highly trained and experienced individuals who are dedicated to not only support service members and their families, but to also build lifelong relationships with our veterans. For those struggling with more complex conditions such as post-traumatic stress disorder or traumatic brain injury, we have visiting nurses with specialized medical training, ensuring that service members get the proper care and attention they need. Our V2V program is a holistic approach to helping wounded, ill, and injured service members find success in the civilian lives. The V2V program pairs struggling service members with a veteran lead like myself, a peer who has successfully made the military to civilian transition for a one-on-one mentorship experience. I spent 15 years in the Marine Corps. I deployed 3 times to Afghanistan, so I've been there, done that, and I'm able to help veterans that have been through that same type of experience. While every case is unique, the majority of our service members are double, triple, and quadruple amputees or paralyzed. These service members need the most in the way of adaptive home modifications, adaptive vehicles, specialized equipment to aid in their recovery, and holistic therapy options. The fund is unique in many ways. The fund was founded and is run by military spouses, along with a dedicated group of staff and volunteers, many of whom are veterans who have been in the trenches and know the needs of veterans and their families. The fund is focused on a personal, lifelong relationship with each of our service members, veterans, and their military families. As long as they need us, we'll be there for them. In recognition of its commitment to financial stewardship, the fund continues its successful track record of being named one of the nation's highest rated charities year after year. And we recently launched our 10th Double Down for Veterans campaign. So from now until December 31st, donations will be matched dollar for dollar by the Bob and Renee Parsons Foundation up to $10 million. So today's check will be matched and doubled. Please visit our website at thefund.org for more information or to donate. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jasper. And now you'll hear from Elmer Dingselen, who has actually benefited from the funds that have been generously donated from Americans to this organization. He's also affectionately referred to as Doc.
Yep. Okay. It's an honor and privilege to be today's event. My name is Elmer Dinglasen. I'm one of many veterans who has been helped by Semper Fi and America's Fund. They are genuinely caring organization in every sense of the word. They treat us like family. On January 13, 2006, my Humvee struck an anti-tank mine during combat operations, severely injuring me and resulting loss of both my legs. My injury turned my life upside down and changed aspects of my life. During that time, I had a lot of questions, shocked, loss of doubts and frustrations. My recovery has been long and hard, but Semper Fi Fund showed me a glimpse of hope while I was recovering at Walter Reed National Medical Center. They provided bedside support for me and my whole family so they can be with me in one of the toughest points of my life, and it makes a difference to me. Seeing my loved ones around me during the tough times gave me strength, hope, and sense of direction, and made me realize that I am not alone. Since then, the fund has been there continuously helping every step of the way. Throughout my recovery, the fund assisted my family and me in a number of ways. They include modifications like tile installation, bathroom and shower modification in my home to make it more accessible. It promotes independence and a sense of accomplishment. They provide a camp experience for my son, and it's lifelong experience that contributes to my son's growth. And he can spend more time with other children whose parents are in similar situation. Arranging a trip to Germany to experience where I was medevaced after my injury, it relieves some memories and what I've been through, and now how far I've become since then. I'm where I am now because I owe to the people that saved me when I was injured, and the people continuously helping us every step of the way. Helping me stay connected with my military family, like retreats, which is so important to my recovery. Caregiver support for my wife. Sometimes it can be emotionally draining for her also. It's important for her to have a balance and have another outlet. They provided us with gift cards, food card, gas cards, for ease of financial stress. Wheelchair repairs. I have a designated wheelchair at home and a designated wheelchair at the VA where I work, especially during this pandemic, and many more. To sum it all up, all these support touch different aspects of our lives. What makes the fund so special is the care and attention they give to each and every service member in their care. Their support is for a lifetime. In addition, we have dedicated case manager on our side, Deborah, who is often reaching out and asking if there's anything they can do for us, or simply checking if we're doing okay. But not just that, it's so easy to reach out to them for help. It means a lot to me. It is so comforting and reassuring knowing we have someone on our side looking after us. It shows the fund cares, they are sincere, it listens, and dedicated to their mission. And I'm proud to be a reflection of it. I am a WMBT. I go to work at James A. Haley Veterans Hospital, 40 hours a week in the laboratory. and I wake up every day at 5 o'clock, and I've been doing this for the last 13 years. Every day is a challenge and never easy. There are some bad days. There's a lot of things I might not be able to enjoy with my son as he grows. Different places I want to go to and things I want to do, but I'm not able to. But all that doesn't matter, because when I look myself in the mirror and see faces of my family, look around in the corner of my house, which reminded me of all the funds that did for us. When I think of all selfless people that never stop supporting us, making things better, all this fires me up, keeps me going, and never give up. When I trace back to the road I've been through to get to this point, I've come this far. My life may not be the same, but it's because I know I'm not alone. Alongside in my journey are selfless people whose tireless dedication to their mission, and I'm grateful for that every single day. None of this is possible without the generous donations. I can't thank you all enough who give to the fund. Their contribution make difference in our lives and all other service members. They give so much more than assistance. They give me hope I can hold on to keep moving forward for a brighter future, and that for me and my family means everything. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Elmer. The oldest boy in our family, I was telling Jasper and Elmer, is in the Army, so he's going to give me a really hard time that we had someone from the Marine Corps and the Navy and not the Army. But thank you so much for those of you that took this time out of your day to help us get the word out, not only on Veterans Day, but the extended holiday season that follows. Please research the organizations that you give to generously with your dollars. Go to charitynavigator.org or to the Better Business Bureau at give.org. Look to see if there have been complaints against organizations. And if you do suspect, for any reason, that you have been victimized or fallen victim to one of these scams, please let our office know, 1-866-9-NO-SCAM. We're committed to making sure that those truly in need receive the dollars that Floridians want to go to help them. Thank you so much, and I'd be happy to take any questions that you might have.
Who was involved in this particular scam, and have any arrests or prosecutions been made?
Yes, so these were a deceptive robocall scam, actually, and we, along with the FTC, brought suit along with other sister states and recovered this money and redirected it to legitimate organizations. So we have filed action where we're able to recover, and seeking court approval, got the designation of legitimate folks that were truly in need to redirect these funds.
Where was it? Was it based out of somewhere? I mean, how many people are we talking about?
Yes, we filed suit in federal court in the Eastern District of Michigan. And so, as I stated before, this was millions of consumers that received these funds, and we determined through our investigation that 90 cents on the dollar sometimes went to the intended recipients.
In relation to that, I think we remember covering this a few months ago, and it appears the couple kind of avoided prosecution, and they didn't end up having to give all the money back. Is that frustrating, or what's being done to hold these people accountable? Because, I mean, we see organizations that are now unfortunately paying the price. Do you think stricter penalties or something like that would maybe deter them even more from doing something?
Well, we're very aggressive when we try to seek funds that have been either illegally or deceptively, what I believe, redirected from legitimate organizations. And it's always our goal to make sure that the ultimate folks that receive this are those charities that are operating on a small overhead, so that the majority of funds are going to the intended recipients, like those here with us today. We oftentimes will try and work with other states where there have been harmed consumers, or the FTC. That's what we did in this action. Florida was a lead state. I will, as you have heard in other actions, will continue to lead. It's so important not only to the intended recipients, but from Floridians who really want their money to go to good causes, and we want to encourage that. And under no circumstances do we want people not to give because they fear it won't go to the intended recipients.
And was this the charity that some of these funds were meant to go to? I think you said it.
There were numerous causes that they said that these would go to, from cancer survivors to veterans to, and like I told you, very, very little and sometimes none of the money went to the intended recipients. And so we sought court approval to make sure that the monies did go to the folks that were being purported to help in these deceptive calls. It's always, again, our intention to ensure that we can make folks whole and make sure that Floridians' donations go to where they intended.
I know Representative Christ has kind of said he kind of hopes that in the future these robocallers could be jailed. Do you agree with that?
Well, you know, if folks are using technology to commit crimes, absolutely. I mean, we try to be very aggressive in making sure that folks don't just lose the money that they were able to, you know, con out of people's hands, but that if it is in fact a crime, that folks pay for that. And so whether that's using technology or whether that's going to door and conning people out of money, certainly, whether it's civil or criminal penalties, it's a case-by-case determination.
Did the Merlins commit
Thank you
crime?
so much.
Did the Merlins commit a crime?
Well, in this instance, we recovered financial penalties for deceptive, fair, and deceptive trade practices under civil penalties. But certainly, we always examine every case for criminal penalties, and if necessary, we bring action. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I can't get into any other criminal investigations at this point, but we appreciate you being here and helping us highlight how we have redirected these funds, and thank you so much for your interest.